Hey everyone, it's Nicole Crozier here, and I'm so excited that you've decided to join me for my Launch a Life Coaching Business You Love Challenge. So this is the first video. This is the welcome video. So I'm so excited that you're joining me, and I just wanted to take some time today to introduce you to me and tell you a little bit about why I decided to launch my life coaching business live and why I think it's so important. So as you might notice, I am not in a traditional workspace right now. I'm actually coming to you today from my yurt, which is on a lake in the middle of British Columbia, Canada. And it is super freezing today, so I'm wearing my fuzzy sweater. Yesterday was so hot, and it was a nice summer day, and then a huge storm came through. We actually had a tree fall down, missed the yurt by millimeters, this huge tree, so we feel really lucky today. And now it's like winter. So anyways, let's get started, and I will just start by introducing myself and telling you a little bit about why I think this challenge is so important and why I want to do it. Okay, so just to give you a little bit about my background, super briefly, I spent about 15 years in the corporate marketing world, and during that time I helped a whole bunch of businesses launch from the ground up, launch their products, launch their services, and then about 5 or 6 years ago I went off on my own and started my own marketing consulting business. And then about 3 years after that, I relaunched my marketing consulting business in a completely new direction. At about 2 years ago, I've always been one of those people in careers who I hopped from job to job, and even in my business, I kept changing it, and I've always been kind of searching for my passion, my purpose, and it's been important to me throughout my entire career to do what I love, and I've kind of been on that quest for so many years. And then about 2 or 3 years ago, I got a little bit frustrated, and so I decided to join the Martha Beck Life Coach Training Program. And at the time, I didn't join it because I wanted to be a coach. I joined it because one, knew I needed to do some deep work to get past some issues that I was having, and two, I thought it would be a good opportunity to really focus on me and figure out what I really wanted. So I did do the Martha Beck Life Coach Training, and I also did the Joelle Simpson Equus Coach Training and the Bev Barnes Souls Calling Coach Training, so I got a little bit crazy there for a little while. And I finished all of those last year, and in July I was all ready to launch my business, but then kind of life stepped in and I gave myself permission to let things be for a while. So one of the reasons I thought it was so important to kind of launch my life coaching business live is because over the last year I've gotten some messages from other life coaches that I trained with that my business is on fire and I must be doing so well. And I thought it was kind of odd because I hadn't actually launched my business. What I have been doing is, my marketing consulting clients have been ticking along, and I've been doing a whole bunch of other fun stuff on the coaching side. And I've been, I launched my website, I've launched couple programs, a couple of courses. I have clients, not very many, but I do have clients. I have a website. I published a book. But all of that stuff was kind of in the category of doing stuff. None of that was what I really would have considered launching my business. And I think because my background was in business and marketing, and I had actually spent so much time with other companies helping them launch and with myself launching my own business, that I knew the difference between really launching a business and just playing around and doing stuff. Or even not even playing around and doing stuff, but doing a lot of stuff seriously, but not putting it into kind of a launch program. And a lot of the life coaches that I had trained with were so amazing. They're so talented at what they did. They had such amazing gifts to give the world. And it was just heartbreaking when I saw them not going forward with their businesses, when I knew they really wanted to. Now, not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur and run their business, and there's so many different ways you can be a life coach. You don't have to be an entrepreneur to be a life coach. But some of these people really did. They really did want to launch a business. They really did want to be a life coach in an entrepreneurial type way. But what was happening is they thought they had launched their businesses, but what they had really been doing was just doing some stuff. And then when they weren't getting the results that they were expecting, they figured that either no one wanted the products and services they were offering, or that they just weren't meant to be an entrepreneur and run a life coaching business. And I thought it was really too bad and kind of heartbreaking, because I really believe that had these life coaches gone through the actual launch process, they probably would have been running their businesses right now. Maybe not all of them, but at least some of them. And after the recent Martha Beck conference, where she really had a theme of us just doing our part and being ourselves and being who we are to get our important messages out to the world, I realized that something that I could do is I could launch my life coaching business live, and I could share with other life coaches exactly what I do, and maybe that would help a few more life coaches actually launch and get their important work out to the world. Because I think that where our world is right now, we need life coaches, and we need people who are going to spread positivity and joy and hope and all of that stuff. And, you know, maybe all together we can help bring this world back to where it should be. So that's getting a little bit deep, but that's really why I decided to launch this program. So now I'm going to attempt to remove my little video from the screen so I can walk you through the ultimate checklist. This is my first time using Camtasia Studio, which is super neat program that helps you record your screen and take PowerPoint presentations and turn them into YouTube videos, etc. So be patient with me. If this works, it's great. If it doesn't, then well, better luck next time. Okay, well, it looks like I may not be able to remove my face from the screen at this point. So you guys are going to have to stare at me for a little bit longer. So here's what we're going to do, or here's what I'm going to do to launch my life coaching business live. I'm going to take you through 4 sections and the steps in each section that I'm going to go through. So the first thing I always do before I launch a business is I take a look at who I am. And so the first section is called Know Yourself. And so what I am going to look at is, first, who am I? I'm going to take a look at my personality style, my action mode, my unique genius, my values, my strengths, and whether I'm a scanner or an expert. And just to back up and let you guys know, as every section that I'm talking about right here, I'm going to have a whole separate video on that section, and I'm going to share with you all of my work and my worksheets. And so you're going to be able to do those worksheets along with me. So don't worry, I'm going to give you links to all of these tests and all that kind of stuff. This is just an overview so you know what's going to happen. Okay, so I'm going to look at who I am, and then I'm going to look at what I want. So what does success mean to me? Is it all about money and material possessions, or are there some other things that are more important to me, like freedom and fulfillment and meaning? So I'm going to define success for who I am, then I'm going to connect that success to the goals for my business. And then once I've done that, I'm going to take a really close look at what my ideal day looks like to me and connect everything I'm doing in business to my ideal life. And then once I've done that, I'm going to take a look at purpose. So why do I want what I want? So this is the driving force behind everything I do. And once you know your why behind what you're doing in your business, that can really bring some meaning and fulfillment. And then the fourth part here is what's blocking you. And I think this is so important to look at right away, because as you are going about getting clear on your core business fundamentals and then creating your marketing strategy and launching your business, fear and limiting beliefs are going to be coming at you from all corners. So my belief is that if you identify all of those ahead of time and you name them and you know they're going to happen, when they pop up, you'll be like, aha, I see you, fear, and I am going to make sure that you don't stop me in my tracks. Okay, and so once I'm super clear on who I am, I'm going to connect who I am to my core business. And so I'm going to look at a couple things in the Know Your Business section. First are my core business fundamentals, which are my ideal client or tribe, my core difference, my programs and packages and services, what I do, my marketplace, and making sure the whole way through that everything that I have identified is completely in line with who I am and what I want. So am I working with people I like to work with? Am I offering programs and services that I love to do and in a way that I love to do them? And then once I've gotten super clear on my core business fundamentals, I'm going to do the same thing with what I'm calling my voice. So this is my brand, my core messages, my unique story. So is everything I'm doing in that area in line with who I am and what I really want? And then finally, I'm going to look at making sure I've got my core business systems in place. There's nothing worse than getting super clear on your business and then going through a whole big marketing launch and realizing, oh no, someone's trying to actually sign up for my program, but I haven't put a buying system in place. There's no way for them to pay, or I haven't put a fulfillment system in place. I've marketed this amazing course or this amazing group program, but I don't actually know how I'm going to deliver it, and now I've got to figure that all out right from scratch. So I highly recommend that you look at all of this ahead of time, and you don't necessarily have to set everything up right away, but at least know what you're going to set up. And then once we've got all of the business stuff in place, then it's time to look at your marketing. So I know a bunch of you have probably started marketing already, but what I'm going to do to launch my business live is make sure I get clear on my core business first, make sure it's connected to who I am and what I really want. Then I'm going to put together my marketing strategy. So I'm going to create a super simple marketing strategy and one-page marketing plan. I'm going to give you guys all the stuff to do that along with me. And once I've created my marketing strategy, I'm going to make sure that everything that I have selected to do in my marketing strategy is stuff that is stuff I want to do, that I like to do, and is in line with who I am. So I am not going to pick marketing tactics that I hate. I am not going to pick marketing tactics that I don't want to do. I'm going to make sure that my marketing strategy is in line with who I am and what I want, and is also the right marketing strategy to attract my right clients. And then once we look at your one-page marketing plan, then it's time to look at your marketing launch plan. And I find this part so interesting because this is the area that most programs focus on when they're talking about launching your business. Just that one little area there in the marketing launch plan. But this is a super important area to focus on so that you can effectively launch and get people to know you right away, but it's only a tiny part of everything. So I'll be creating my marketing launch plan after I've created my core marketing strategy and system. And don't worry, you don't have to freak out about any of this marketing stuff now. I promise you, I am going to make this process as super simple and easy as possible. I have spent my entire career in marketing, and I love to make things super simple and give people the big picture overview so that you can kind of leave this program with a mini MBA in marketing that just makes sense because it's clear at a high level. And then you can be confident and clear on all your marketing decisions going forward as you launch and run your business. And then finally, we are going to go through what it really takes to be an entrepreneur. And I think this is what a lot of people skip and is one of the main reasons that a lot of small businesses fail. I know that I have had many, many, many challenges in these areas. And so what I'm going to look at is self-leadership. How am I going to lead, motivate, and inspire myself, deal with challenges and setbacks, celebrate successes, and lead others? Yes, as a solopreneur, you still need to lead your clients. You need to lead yourself. You need to lead your vendors. You need to lead your partners. You need to be a leader for yourself in general. And then, yes, I'm going to look at how to run my business on a day-to-day basis. And when we get into the first part about know yourself, you're going to learn a lot about me, and I am so horrible at managing myself on a day-to-day basis. So I've got to be really, really, really careful that I do set things up in a way that are in line with who I am and how I prefer to work. I am not a person who works really well in that typical corporate daily schedule. I don't work steadily for 3 hours and then take a lunch break and then work steadily for another 3 hours. That doesn't work for me at all. I am a fit and spurt type person. And so I'm going to, in this section, really take the time to set up my business and my work day and my schedule in a way that works for me so that I can maximize all of my strengths and minimize all my weaknesses in being an entrepreneur. And then I'm going to make sure that everything I've set up is in line with who I am. This is your opportunity to really create a business that you love, and I want to create a business that I love. And that means not only making sure my business is set up correctly, but making sure that my day-to-day is going to be super fun for me. All right, so that's pretty much what I'm going to be walking through. And then what I'm going to be doing, the next steps are going to be to launch my business. So I'm going to launch my business live. I'm going to take you guys step by step through all my results, everything I do. I'm going to share everything with you for the next year after launching my business. And why I am going to be doing that is so I can show everybody what it really takes to be an entrepreneur. And I promise you, I am not the most natural entrepreneur. I am in terms of I like to be my own boss. I like the flexibility, but I am not a good motivator for myself. I have a lot of things about me that don't make me a natural entrepreneur. So I want to share that struggle with you. I want to share how I overcome those things, and I hope I overcome everything. And I also want to share with you my results so that you can get a picture of how a life coaching business can hopefully be successful. I'm planning on being successful, but you never know what's going to happen. So I'm going to share all of that stuff with you guys. And I hope that you guys join me in sharing that stuff with me as well. I hope you stick around that long. If you want to get going faster, I cannot guarantee you how long this process is going to take me. I'm going to try to do it as quickly as possible, but it is going to have to go by my own schedule because I am launching myself live. If you don't want to do it alone and you want to do it super quickly, you're ready to get going and you want like a weekly kind of thing, then I am launching a course in September. It's a 6-week course along with an amazing life coach, Megan English, and also she is an entrepreneur just like myself, and she's successfully launched her business already, and she has been in the business world for years and years. So anyways, this is the link to the course there at the bottom. If you're interested, you can check it out. If not, then join me on my challenge. So thank you guys for listening to the welcome video. I'm so excited to get started, and I will start sharing with you my progress as I go along. All right, see you guys soon.